Welcome to a very special episode of our Dead Space Remake playthrough. So technically on the channel, if you've been following it, you'll know that we've already completed the Dead Space Remake, but I finally got my collector's edition, as you can see here, about a month later. I was really excited about this because it comes with a really cool engineering Isaac Clarke helmet, in addition to some really cool goodies, so I thought we'd do the unboxing here together. I did pre-record the unboxing, just so I could focus on the audio with a better mic while I was doing this, but here you can see my living room with the Dead Space Collector's Edition. I got this from Limited Run Games, as you can see. I did pay for this. This is not sponsored in any way, so I did pay full price, $350 for this thing. But the box itself is really freaking cool. I love the decals. I'm actually really upset though that the box is damaged. It had that hole on the side that really bummed me out when I pulled it out of the box that it actually came in. This box came in another box. And I was just, oh man, I was just so mad. And I know while I was staring here and looking at the camera, trying to like, God, see, look at that. I was just like, damn it. I was so pissed. That sucked big time. But because I wanted to keep the box, I like keeping my collector's edition boxes. I thought that was pretty cool. There's a little insert of nothing of value. But I really liked this. It came with some really cool pieces, such as this one. I thought was one of the cooler ones in the box. It's like a special art print that came with the game. I was hoping that it was going to be signed or something by the development team, because this collector's edition is very, very limited. You couldn't find this in stores. You couldn't pre-order it from GameStop or anything like that. But this was a really cool piece, a really nice laminated bit of the Dead Space artwork that you see on the front cover of any of the physical copies of the game. You can see this as a promotional piece. Really, really cool. I loved this. Really high quality. I love the little like sort of like book folio thingy, whatever this is, with it. So I just kind of tossed it aside like I don't care. But there's some other really cool pieces in here too. There's a handful of artwork. There's 3 artwork inserts in the one that I'm holding now, and there's like a much larger poster that's inside the box that we're going to take a look at here in a minute. I was actually worried opening this because the plastic film holding these 3 pieces together had like a really strong adhesive, and so you can see me kind of struggling to pull it open because that like it has like a little flap that's got the stick on it, and I was like worried. I actually struggled with it right here. I was worried when I was pulling them out that stick was going to catch and then like tear it off, but I got it out. It came out in really poor shape because I'm not very careful these sorts of things. This is the hardest thing too, and I was trying to line up these like little mini posters, trying to make sure that it was like straight because I was doing it in reverse because I'm in my living room, as you can see, and I was using the cinematic mode on my iPhone, which looks really, really great. But I didn't want to talk to my phone on the other side of the room while I was trying to do this in the living room. I thought the audio would sound dumb. So I recorded it, the whole thing, and then decided that I was going to do audio after the fact. An enamel pin. I had a hard time getting some of these objects to properly get in focus with the cinematic mode on the phone. So I struggled with it here a little bit. But eventually I'm sitting there, I'm like, son of a bitch, I can't. So I'm like, okay, let's just back it up, and then you can see. It's got a really cool circle around the marker, that sort of like unitology kind of design, which is really cool. I was really excited about that too. Now this collector's edition was for the PlayStation 5 version of the game. A nice little Ishimura patch there, I think is what that is. Yeah. Planet Cracker Starship Ishimura. It's like a patch that you can sew on your sleeve. That was a really cool piece. Yeah, this was, I had trouble with this one too. The original soundtrack, I thought this was a really great piece, and I was trying to get this to like be in focus without having the phone like catch on the reflection of the plastic wrapped around it, and I was like, damn it, I can't get this thing to properly stay in focus. So eventually I just kind of give up, but you get the idea. We're not going to listen to the music, obviously, because it's copyrighted. There you go. That's like the best I could do with it. So I was just like, yeah, screw it, like whatever. But yeah, this is the PlayStation 5 version of the collector's edition. I bought the game on Steam because I knew this wasn't going to arrive on time, and it didn't. This is like way after the fact. This was one of my favorite pieces, the Dead Space Remake Steel book. So obviously, because I played the game on Steam, I don't have a physical copy, but the game did come, or the collector's edition did come with a PlayStation 5 copy of the game early, and I was kind of pissed because what happened was they had notified me that Dead Space Collector's Edition was not going to make it at the time of the release of the game. So I'm like, oh, son of a... So I ended up having to buy it on Steam and playing on PC, and I was worried that there was going to be performance issues on launch day, which is why I wanted to get it on console just to avoid that. Luckily, the playthrough was pretty smooth, aside from some weird frame rate drops. But the physical copy of the PlayStation 5 game came maybe 4 or 5 days after the game came out, and I did a special giveaway on the channel where I had customized my channel art on the game, our channel art on the channel where it says Marcanine there. to have some unitology symbols, and the first person who was able to discover what it says, I gave away the PlayStation 5 copy. That was Bacon is my name 3000 is the username. I gave it away in Discord. This was a really cool piece, so I actually have this right in front of me. This thing is amazing. It is a really cool marker design with a lot of detail in it, but it's heavy as hell. This thing is like 4 pounds. No, not 4 pounds, but 3 pounds. It is like solid aluminum. This thing is really heavy. And sharp as hell too. Like, Jesus, this thing is insane. But yeah, so you can see all the pieces so far that I found. Not the PlayStation 5 copy, because I had mailed that to the winner, so I shipped it to them. But essentially, yeah, I put like a bunch of marker symbols on my channel header art, and all you had to do was like basically Google like unitology symbol font, and then you could see and correlate like what the letters were and what they meant. And it was just like some stupid Rick and Morty reference. I couldn't think of what to put in there, but I just threw some Rick and Morty reference in there, and they figured it out. So I mailed them the physical copy of the PlayStation 5 Dead Space game. So I have the Steelbook. I wasn't giving that away, but I was like, I already have the game on Steam. So this is the other poster too. You saw that briefly when I was doing a little pan over montage. This is the other one that's a little bit bigger. I don't think I took this one out of the plastic, but it was like on the tape. So I was trying to like be very careful because I didn't want to damage it. Nothing on the back, but it was just a neat little piece. I wasn't sure because I couldn't remember, but I thought maybe a handful of these art pieces were perhaps in the game as like a promotional sort of things, like posters like inside maybe the sleeping quarters of employees and stuff, that sort of thing. Like, you know, like join the fight type of propaganda posters is what I thought they kind of were. So I was like, I couldn't get the tape off, but that thing is so damn sharp. I cut through that tape instantly. I was like, damn it, I can't. Like, cause you know when you have a piece of tape and you pull it taut and it gets thinner that way, it gets really hard to break. But that thing just like sliced right through it. This thing is dangerous as hell. I kind of feel weird having it here. So the Isaac Clarke helmet, I was really excited about this. The promotional images for it, I mean, it looks just like it. I don't want to say it's a high quality build or anything, this particular helmet, because it really isn't. It's like, it feels like cheap cosplay plastic. This feels like I took my glasses off because I was going to put the helmet on. But the helmet feels like some cheap $30 thing you would have found at like Toys R Us or KB Toys back in the day. Like, it just, I don't know, it looks cool, but it's kind of junky. And I have a few issues with it. So first of all, the helmet itself doesn't have as much detail as I would like. If you look closely, you can kind of see a few scuff marks here and there, like around the blue light visors. There is a switch in there, by the way. There's a little switch that you can flick, and the light comes on the inside to light up the 3 visor lines. But as you can see, there's not like a lot of color differential here. It's not as battle damaged. I would have liked it if there was like maybe splatters of blood on there, maybe like an airbrush type of thing. But if you can see like right where my eyes line up, it's like, so you have the first blue slit, and then you have like that metal piece. That's right where my eyes were. You can't see shit out of that helmet. It's completely useless. You cannot see anything. But yeah, this is the whole thing. The whole thing that was said. Like I said, they sent me the PlayStation 5 copy separately from all this, and that's when I did the giveaway. Everything else came with it is pretty much exactly as advertised. Really cool stuff. Marker symbols, soundtrack, and all that. The helmet, like I said, is really cheap garbage plastic. It's kind of like one of those construction helmets where it has that little turning dial thing that you can adjust to like loosen and tighten the strap, but like it's useless. You can't wear it. Like, I was hoping to get this early so I could wear that helmet while I was doing a playthrough of the game, but you can't. Like, the game, like you can't see anything out of it, which was really disappointing. Like, I don't know what I expected in that regard. Maybe they could have done a different helmet or something like that to showcase like an actual, like, I don't know, line of sight out of the thing. But overall, though, despite that fact and the criticism that it's like cheap plastic and like it's not a high quality build, I think artisans could probably do some airbrushing effects on it to give it more of like a matte metallic look to it, which I think would be really cool. But because it's so limited, like obviously it was going to be something that I was happy to have. And as far as collector's edition goes, like this thing was pretty solid. A lot of great stuff. Soundtrack, steelbook. The steelbook is really what I wanted the most. But as soon as I saw that helmet, I was like, hell yeah, I need to get that. But nonetheless, anyway, that's the unboxing for Dead Space Remake Collector's Edition. Hopefully you found that interesting. Sorry it came after the playthrough was complete, but if you did enjoy the video, show your love, hit the like button, do not forget to subscribe. Any feedback for me, leave it in the comments section. Of course, I'll get back to you as soon as possible. Because this is a part of the Dead Space playthrough, I'm going to put it as like episode 0, like the first episode in the playthrough, just in case you haven't watched the full Dead Space Remake playthrough. Check it out. It was a lot of fun. I had a good time with it. A few people did as well, so, you know, let me know what your thoughts are on that. Also, don't forget to take a look at the description box. There's some links there that might be of interest to you, one of which is a link to the Marcanine community Discord server. If you want to be part of that group, you can chat with me directly, be a part of future giveaways, things like that. There's also a link to geekoutpost.com, an entertainment media blog that I own, operate, run, manage, design, and write for. Great place to stay up to date on the latest entertainment and gaming news, reviews, and rumors if you're into that kind of thing. Otherwise, just know I appreciate you and your time, and hope to see you around the channel when we have got more content. New episodes daily at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time and 10 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. But anyway, that's it for me. Take care of yourselves. Be well. I'll see you later, guys.